Hey everybody, Brian Miller, Small Town Movie Watcher, and I'm multitasking. And it's probably against the law, but I keep my eyes on the road. Now right here, go. And I just got done watching, I got done watching like 3 months ago, Money Monster, movie with George Clooney, Julia Roberts, and directed by Jodie Foster. So this movie is about George Clooney's character, who is a TV money investor genius, apparently. And in the end, and Julia Roberts is his producer. In the end, what happens is, not even the end, this is the beginning, like the first 20 minutes. What happens is that George Clooney's character has been taken hostage by a gentleman who lost all of his money in the stock market because one particular stock that George Clooney's character says to buy, really crazy buy, is lost everything. So what happens then is that George Clooney is taken hostage, and Julia Roberts is still producing a show that's live on air as he's been taken hostage. So just the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. The good parts is that I thought George Clooney and Julia Roberts did a pretty good job with their acting roles. This is their, I think, 5th movie that they were in. It might have been their 6th movie, but I really believe it was number 5. But I think that the two of them are very comfortable with each other, even if they're not on the same screen at the same time. They make their interactions together very good. I think that the scenery of this was photographed well. It took place in New York City on Wall Street, and some of it took place in a studio. So I think that this was well taken care of in that fashion. So that's the good parts. The bad parts is I thought that the story was lacking somewhere. The ending was kind of unsatisfying. And so therefore it really falls to, I think, Jodie Foster and her directing abilities that made it an movie. And, there's times that I like Jodie Foster's movies and there's times that I don't. This was one of them that I just really didn't catch on to and really want to see again. And like I said, this was like 3 months ago that I watched it, so the fact that it finally took me to this amount of time to put this review together is really saying something. It is saying something to the effect that I at least remembered what was happening in it, but I couldn't tell you what was happening. To form a positive opinion on it took me about 3 months to think about. So, is this a movie that you should rush out and rent? Because this is far past the movie theater. And I rented ours off of Redbox. Got it at a Redbox for $1.50. And so that's where the wife and I watched it. And so is it worth it? It's $1.50. What are you out to go and rent it? I don't know if right now that it's still at Redbox, but I know that you can find it at your favorite video on demand service, mine being Google Play. But I don't think that this is one that you should take time and go and see. I think that if it's free on television, by all means, take a gander at it. But, to pay $1.50 to pay, I would think that on Google Play that right now it's like $3.50, $3.99, whatever the going rate is. I don't know if it's worth that. Some people liked it at the movie theater, but for me, it was kind of it was a miss. It was just a miss. So with that, Brian Miller, Small Town Movie Watcher, multitasking while driving. See the scenery? Oh, wait, over there. The scenery moving in the background. So I'm driving. I probably should be focusing on the road. So Brian Miller, Small Town Movie Watcher, and I got done watching Money Monster, starring George Clooney and Julia Roberts, and directed by Jodie Foster, rated R, for violence and swearing. So with that, go find a movie and get lost in it. Thanks, everybody.